So I am Lauren McDonagh-Pereira, and I am a photographer, an NFT artist, and a Web3 blogger. And 15 months ago, I would not have said any of those things. I truly believe NFT art, and specifically Tezos blockchain, sincerely saved my life and changed it for the better. So 15 months ago, I was at home with a 4-year-old son and a 4-month-old baby. It was deep in the pandemic, and the birth had been traumatic, and I was suffering from what I now know was intense postpartum anxiety. I legitimately thought I was having a heart attack for 3 months, every day, all day. And I was sitting there with my crying baby, nursing her, and scrolling through Facebook. And all I was seeing was articles about why the pandemic was worse than ever 2 years in, why my aunt that I met at a Christmas party once had some really raunchy, awful political views, and it was just negative. And then fortunately, I stumbled across an article that was like, oh, this photographer made $100,000 in a month selling their art. And I thought, oh, hey, I have a 20-year backlog of photography. Maybe I could get into this. Now, as we all know, 3 months later, the market collapsed, and that was unrealistic. But the point is, it got me inspired to try, because in the past, I had taken pictures for myself. I didn't consider myself a photographer because I took fine art photos of landscapes, wildlife, that sort of thing. And my only options to sell them were to sell them as stock images, where I would receive, I don't know, 3 cents, 4 cents for something that cost me $3,000 to create, or I would have to know someone who knows someone, spend hundreds of dollars to make a print, apply for galleries, probably not get in. And I mean, we're talking $10,000, $15,000 to even take a shot, something I couldn't do. And here came NFTs, where it was so new, and the cost of entry was just, are you willing to learn, and are you willing to spend a little money? So I minted my first piece on ETH, and I fell in love, and I started going to Twitter Spaces, and I met a wonderful community of people, some of them are here today, who let me talked about art, talked about photography. We have Joanne here, who a year ago was like, stop saying you're not a photographer, you're a photographer. I blame you for that. And it was so great to find my community. People started buying my art. It felt like validation. I felt like, oh, I can do this. I am capable of this. I am an artist. But there was still a problem, and the problem was that ETH gas fees were prohibitively high. So I probably spent $500 or $600 I didn't have to mint, my first 10 pieces. And I realized that, well, I felt like I didn't have that, but I could do that. There are so many people in the world that literally could not do that. So for me, $100 to open an OpenSea profile was, meant that I had to skimp on groceries this month. But there are people in the world where that might be 6 months' salary, and they literally can't. And that is when I found out about Tezos and absolutely fell in love with Tezos, because from the beginning, it's been a proof of stake blockchain. So back a year and a half ago, I would post my landscape photography on, Instagram, say I was selling as NFT, and trolls, with a point, would say, how dare you mint Yosemite on ETH? ETH's destroying the planet. I know that's not true anymore, but a year and a half ago, that was a legitimate problem. Tez never had that problem, so I kind of fell in love with it there. And then the other, good thing was the gas fees have always been low. We're talking when ETH would be $800 to mint a piece, Tez was 11 cents, which provides the opportunity to take risks for both artists and collectors. So as an artist, I can mint my body of work that is landscapes, but then I can mint some birds and see if anyone reacts. It's not going to cost me $600 to see if it sticks. As a collector, I am now a collector, don't tell my husband, I can take risks on new artists from all over the world, because I'm not spending hundreds of dollars to collect a piece. I'm spending 10, 15. And if their work resonates, enough people spend 10, 15 that they can make a career out of it. Because Tezos has this network of low gas fees, I am able to network and connect with artists. From one of my best friends is a Ukrainian refugee. Like someone else I know grew up in Kenya. People are from all over the world, and it's truly equitable. So the blockchain makes these promises of opportunity and equality and inclusiveness, but because of the cost prohibitive issues of Ethereum, that's not totally true. But on Tezos, it is true. You can spend $5 or $10 and start your art career. And that's, to me, is the whole point. The whole point of this whole democratic global ecosystem and why I'm so passionate about it. The other thing I'm passionate about it is the absolutely wonderful, wonderful community. On the Tezos network of artists, there isn't the competition that exists in the traditional art world or even the Ethereum art world. People want to support each other. We formed groups like the Tez Tunas and Faux and Tez Town, where the whole point is to run events to cross-market each other. So it's artists trying to build this art community together, and if you get a sale, I'm happy for you genuinely, but I also feel that it's good for me because we're working together to build this. And it's such a wonderful place to learn and grow and learn about art that I don't think existed even 3 years ago or 4 years ago. The traditional art market doesn't have anything like that. So basically, I'm very passionate about Tezos. I could talk about it for like hundreds of hours, and anytime someone asks me what it is, they are kind of sorry. But what I love is just, it's the blockchain makes this promise of democracy and opportunity, and I feel like the Tezos ecosystem actually delivers on that. I can actually mint a piece for $2 and sell it to 100 people. Could I, as me, who nobody knows, sell a piece for $1,000 tomorrow? Probably not. But can I sell 100 for $2 Tez? Yeah, and I have. Can I keep doing that over and over and over again until it's a thing? Yeah, I have. So the barriers have been removed, decreased, and it's, I don't know, I think it's truly magical. But yeah, so Tez is magical. Give it a shot. Thank you.